Hi there, my name is Hao, and this is just another video of me solving random leet code problems. So given an integer array of nums and an integer k, return true if there are two distinct indices I and j in the array, such that nums I equal num j, and the absolute difference between their index has to be less than or equal to k. Okay? So let's understand what that means. So in the first example right here, we have nums I equal num j, right? We have 1 equal 1 here, and the index is 0 and 3, and the absolute difference between them is 3, which is less than or equal to k, right? So that is valid. In the second example, we also have we have 3, 1, right? And the index is 0, 2, and 3. These two are invalid because the difference is 2, which is greater than k. But these two are valid because the difference between the index is 1. That's why we have true here. All right, in the last example, we have the index here, right? Okay, so we have 1 and 1. The difference is 3, right? Which is greater than k, and k is 2. So this is not valid. The next pair is 2. Also 4 minus 1 is 3, which is also greater than 2, right? So not valid. And similarly, for the last pair, we have 3 and 3. So 5 minus 2 is also 3, which is greater than k, right? Not valid. Okay, so look at the constraints here. We know that nums I, basically nums I can be any integer, right? Nums array need to be at least length 1. And k, we know that k had to be greater than or equal to 0, so we don't have to worry about negative number. So that is also good to know. We can solve this problem using the exhaustive search approach. So we can basically we're just gonna like search for every single combination, like um here 1 2 1 3 1 1 2 3 2 1 and then 3 1, right? But this approach will give us a time complexity of O of n squared, and that is not ideal. I believe that we can solve the problem in just one pass. We can reduce the time complexity to O of n. With the trade-off is we're gonna use some space. We can use a hash map to keep track of the integer that we have visited. So let's try that out. 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then k is 2. It is our nums. We have our index here, 0 1 2 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, this index. All right, and we're gonna use a map to keep track of what integer we have visited and with the index. So whenever we see a new integer, we're just gonna put it in the map, right? And keep track of the index. 2 and then 3. Right, same for 2, same for 3, and then back to 1. So right now we are approaching a different case here. So now because the number 1 here is already in the map, let me change the color. Uh, blue. Okay. Yeah, now because the 1 is already in the map, we need to check for the condition here, right? Nums I equal num j, so 1 equal 1, right? Valid. The second condition, absolute of the absolute difference of the index have to be less than or equal to k. So the index here is 3, the index here is 0, right? So 3 minus 0 is how much? Is 3, which is greater than k. K is 2, right? So this is not valid. Right, so since this is not valid, we need to go ahead and then update the index to the one on the right side here. And the reason that we have to update the index is because we are going from left to right, and the number on the right side, we always have a shorter distance in case we find another one in the future. So for example, if we find another one here, then we want to compare the distance between 3 and 5, right? Not between 0 and 5, right? So that's why we always updated the index if the condition fails. Okay, let me clear this, and then we can continue. So this is, let me get it back to 3. Okay, all right. So the next number is 2, right? 2 is also in the map, right? So we check for condition, 2 is 2, right? And then index of 2 is 4, index of 2 is 1, 4 minus 1 is 3, and 3 is greater than 2, right? K is 2, so it is not valid, not valid. So what do? We update the index 4, right? The last one, 3, 3 equals to 3, 5, the index here, minus, wait, why is it 0? It should be 2, right? Yeah, 2. So previously the index of 3 is 2. I think it's just a typo there, my bad. So 5 minus 2 is also 3, which is greater than 2 in case 2. So this is not valid. So we update the index to 5. And then now we have finished iterating to the whole array, which means we don't find any, we couldn't find any pair that satisfy the mentioned condition. So we just go ahead and return false, right? Return false, false. However, if we were to find the pair that satisfy the condition, so let's say, for example, um, we find the one here instead of the 3, then we're just gonna go ahead and return it, return true, right? Because the distance between them is 2, so that is valid. All right, so let's code this up here. So we will need a map to, let's call it num to index equal to the empty map. And then we're gonna return false at the end, right? If we don't find any pair, and then we have to iterate to the nums array. Okay, so if num is in the num to index, okay, so we need to check for a few conditions here. So if the num is inside the map, right, and the difference between the index is I minus 2, I minus num to index of num is less than or equal to k, we return true, right? And if it is not in the map, we just go ahead and put it inside the map along with the index. We don't need to worry about the absolute value here because we always take the index on the right and minus the index on the left. Okay, so let's give it a try. Wait, how can I submit? Wait, how can I submit here? Let me refresh. Somehow I couldn't run. Oh, right here, run. All right, and then submit. Oh, and it works. So thank you for watching.